Thank you for joining us on Idaho State of Mind, where we endeavor to educate the citizens of Idaho on the state of higher education. I'm Libby Howe. This is a production of Idaho State University, and we are proud that the majority of the show's content is created by Idaho State University students. In today's show, we will be taking an in-depth look at education in Idaho, and more specifically, the transition from K through 12 to higher education. Idaho ranks shockingly low in the number of high school students that will move on to further their education. Even more shocking is Idaho's rank when it comes to dropout rates. Idaho tops the charts at number 1. We will get to the heart of the issue. Some of our Idaho State of Mind reporters hit the streets to get the information from the source, talking to high school students. What are their thoughts? We will also look at what the world of higher education is doing to make sure Idaho students stay in school once they make that decision to go on. And that brings us to the impetus for today's show. You've probably seen the compelling television campaign sponsored by the J.A. and Catherine Albertson Foundation, urging Idaho's residents to go on. Take a look.
Welcome to Idaho, land of hard work and independence, where our quality of life ranks top 15 in the U.S. Our cost of living ranks top 15 in the U.S. And the number of people who made it through college is 43rd in the U.S. By 2010, 2 out of 3 jobs in Idaho will require training and education beyond the high school diploma. Thinking about quitting after high school? Expect to make half of what you'd earn with a degree. Every time you think you should stop, go on. High school is only the beginning.
Well, in November of 2009, the Albertson Foundation launched its $20 million Go On initiative. The message? High school is not enough. Idaho State of Mind's Chris Gabitas reports.
Armstrong.
In a public service campaign that showcases winners, Idaho education is the big loser.
We've got a problem, Idaho. Idaho ranks in the bottom 10 states for education after high school.
And last when it comes to the number of students who earn a college degree.
We have such a great quality of life here in Idaho. We're too great to be last in anything.
Jamie McMillan is executive director of the J.A. and Catherine Albertson Foundation, which is dedicated to improving education in Idaho. She says 2 out of every 3 new jobs in the Gem State require a college degree or training beyond high school.
It's a changing world, it's a global economy, and we have to have more education in order to be competitive.
The Idaho State Board of Education agrees and supports the Go On campaign.
We have research that shows that over 62% of every job that's available to a person living in Idaho by the year 2018 is going to require some sort of post-secondary, post-high school training.
Mark Browning, communications director, says the board's goal is to see that 60% of all Idahoans earn a college degree or obtain advanced training by 2020. And McMillan would like to see post-secondary education become the new normal in Idaho, something you just do to cross the finish line. Chris Gabitas, Idaho State of Mind.
To assist with students with the cost of post-secondary education, the Albertson Foundation has awarded $11 million in scholarships to 11 Idaho institutions, including Idaho State University. To find out more about the Go On initiative, visit www.goonidaho.org. The average number of students in an Idaho public high school is around 400. Each of these students is presented with the same question their junior year. Do you want to go to college? Summer Giok introduces us to an Idaho Falls guidance counselor with insight into the whys behind students' answers to that question.
Guidance counselor Shannon Thompson gives 3 reasons she believes students in eastern Idaho do not further their education beyond high school. First, there is a high population of Mormons, and many of the young men proceed to 2-year missions. Misunderstandings about navigating the financial system of college are also a stumbling block for students. And often, students are nervous about leaving home, becoming independent adults, and adjusting to the college environment. These challenges, though, are met with answers from high school counselors.
I know that as far as we're concerned here at Bonneville, we will help the students find whatever is available.
Most high schools offer Higher Education Day, college fairs, websites to visit, and parent information meetings.
I think that a lot of the counselors now are really pushing that more, and a lot of students are understanding that they can't have the job potential that they want to have if they don't pursue that.
Students should plan to take college entrance exams early. Also, be sure to apply for scholarships. Many people would be surprised to know that a lot of scholarships go unclaimed. Take advantage also of your guidance counselors. They are there to help you begin your successful journey to college. And Thompson hopes to be able to raise that go-on statistic one student at a time. So why don't Idaho students decide to go on for further training and education after high school? We went right to the source. Idaho's high school students share their thoughts. Although the idea of higher education has many thinking solely about colleges and universities, K-12 plays a major part in preparing students for college. Idaho State of Mind reporters met with superintendents of school districts across the state of Idaho. They shared insight into what K-12 is doing to make it easier for Idaho students to decide to go on.
Most everyone has asked at least once, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? Yet many high school juniors and seniors that are asking this question don't realize that right away, it's not a matter of what you're going on to be, but simply that you're going on.
All of our kids can go to college. It's just a matter of feeling the confidence and our counselors working with them to see what needs to be done. Most of the time it's just the fear of the unknown.
Along with Idaho Falls, School District 25 in Pocatello has been working on helping students realize just how important the year after high school, or their 5th year, will be for their future.
We are working with responsibility development in our youth, obviously coming to school on time. Being there every day is part of what is expected in that 5th year, whatever that 5th year may entail.
Boise schools have incorporated a program called AVID, or Advancement via Individual Determination. This program helps prepare students for advanced placement classes in high school, therefore preparing them for college and a tough job market.
I think it's not just, kids need to go on. The evidence there is that we need to have more kids who have the preparation to take those jobs in the future.
School District Number 2 in Meridian is also working to prepare students by helping them take more dual enrollment classes that could even lead to graduating high school with a diploma in one hand and an associate's degree in the other. The district also knows of other strains.
Realistically, I think the biggest obstacle for students in our state is financial. And I know we have a lot of students who go initially and can't afford to stay. We also have a lot of students who take 2 or 3 classes, and it takes them a very long time so that they don't report in those trends of 5-year, 6-year completion because they simply take what they can afford.
Wagner also had a message for all that drives home what secondary education is doing to help students succeed.
It is not an option to not learn, that opting out of learning is not an option, so success is the only option.
Reporting from the campus of Idaho State University, Chris Cole, Idaho State of Mind.
The superintendents we spoke with all agree that students will find it much easier to adjust to college-level work if they apply themselves in junior high and high school. This includes enrolling in advanced placement courses or dual credit through Idaho's universities. So why does it matter if Idaho students don't get more education after high school? Here's what the Go On campaign has to say about that.
We've got a problem, Idaho. Idaho ranks in the bottom 10 states for education after high school. Only 1 in 3 high school grads goes on. Everybody else left to struggle. Earning 50 cents on the dollar. Not eligible for 61% of new jobs. Undereducated, undertrained, underprepared. Wake up, Idaho. High school is not enough.
Financial insecurity is just one concern for people who do not choose to pursue education beyond high school. High school dropouts will make about half of what a person with a bachelor's degree will make by the age of 65. Those who stop at a high school diploma aren't much better off. On average, high school graduates would make almost $750,000 more in their lifetime if they had only gone on to get that bachelor's degree. Not only do college graduates make higher salaries than others, they're also more likely to have a job. People who have less education are also more likely to be unemployed. The average unemployment rate for high school graduates is 4.4% compared to those with a master's degree with a 1.8% unemployment rate. Encouraging high school students to get more education isn't the only educational problem in the state. Apparently, Idahoans aren't doing so hot when it comes to staying in college.
Everybody brags about living in Idaho. And when it comes to education after high school, Idaho is #1, all right. #1 in the nation for college dropouts. Why should we care? Because 2 out of 3 new jobs require a degree. Do the math, Idaho. High school is not enough.
Idaho State University has felt the impact of the state's dropout rates. The university is working hard to give students more options that will increase their likelihood of staying on the college track. Idaho State of Mind's Elaine Washam has more.
7th graders aren't just thinking about their acne troubles or the cute kid sitting next to them in class. Around this time, students actually start thinking about college.
We are trying to approach students at that level, as are the K-12 people, to encourage students to start thinking positively, yes, I'm going to college.
Up until recently, universities were trying to lower dropout numbers through interactions with students already on campus. Now the idea is, the earlier they reach out, the better. But reaching out early isn't enough. The university has implemented many programs to help students stay on campus once they get here. How to pay for an education is a big concern for many college students. Josh Steffen started college right out of high school in 2007, but he dropped out due to federal aid restrictions after his first year. He feels the current federal aid system doesn't work for the student, but rather against them.
Do I really want to go back then? You know, if they're going to do this, is it worth it? But to me personally, I do want to go back, and it is worth it.
At ISU, administration sees these concerns and has started programs like the Career Path Internships, or CPI program. This program allows students to earn money while working in their field of study.
Finances are not the only thing keeping students away. Sometimes a general discomfort with the college atmosphere causes a student to think twice about staying.
First Year Seminar and the Student Success Center help a student learn how to use the campus to their benefit, or just how to feel at home in a new environment.
I think it's critical. It's like coming to school. If you didn't have the seminar, they send you to school without a manual. And it's like, now what? Now what do I do?
Most students don't walk onto campus knowing exactly what they want to get a degree in.
The Student Success Center is there for all those intangible reasons. A student, if it's finance, that's one thing, but maybe it's advising.
ISU has an on-campus committee dedicated to the issue of dropout rates and how to improve these numbers. At the Pocatello ISU campus, Elaine Washam, Idaho State of Mind.
Idaho State of Mind actually employs 4 students under the CPI program. Also, next year, the resident halls on campus will introduce a new program called Learning Living Communities. One thing this program will do is put professors in the dorm halls during evening hours. Students will be able to get help with their classes right where they live. Idaho State University is ensuring students graduate by providing free tutoring programs at the Student Success Center. The center was created with retention in mind, knowing students armed with helpful tools are more likely to succeed.
We're here to help them, and I know it's really hard to ask for help, but if you didn't, if you knew everything, why are you going to school? So it's a service you've already paid for, and we'd love to have them come in and use us.
The Student Success Center has math and writing centers with over 1,000 students using tutors. It also offers content area tutoring in other subjects, including physics and chemistry. The center is located on the 3rd floor of the Rendezvous building. Tutoring services are available Monday through Friday. New students often arrive on campus having no idea how to succeed in college. ISU has created a class specifically for freshmen designed to teach them everything they need to know to help them adjust to college life. It's called First Year Seminar, and students who take it are much more likely to finish school and get that degree. Chris Cole explains.
Overall, it's been a great experience, and I don't think that if I had taken the class in the first place, I would have made the connections here.
Radovich is talking about the first-year seminar program that has actually shown students attain a higher GPA when enrolled in the class. Research has also revealed that students in the program continue their college education farther after having taken a first-year seminar class. First-year seminar has a built-in core curriculum to help students identify on-campus resources for their success, like a scavenger hunt in the library, getting to know their classmates in a social setting, or even just a walk around the ISU campus. Either way, all of these activities help students feel involved and knowledgeable about the ISU community.
I think it's definitely made me want to consider more about what I can do with my political science degree and how I can apply it in certain ways. I want to become a professor in political science and teach, because I've been inspired by so many amazing people both in the Student Success Center and the political science department.
Meaning that students are going to class and staying there with first-year seminar. On the ISU campus, Chris Cole, Idaho State of Mind.
First Year Seminar has 26 sections offered every fall and at least 6 in the spring. Activities in the curriculum include career and personality mosaics. It helps students identify their skill sets and the careers that would best fit those skills. The prospect of going to college can be especially daunting for disadvantaged students, but services do exist to help students who are low-income, first-generation college students and those with disabilities. It's called TRIO, a federally funded program that was created back in the 1960s. TRIO has support services that include advising, counseling, and tutoring. The program offers a great support system for high school students looking to get into college, as well as continuing for those in college.
This is a wonderful program, but the component that we need to be concentrating on is so students can realistically go on to post-secondary opportunities.
TRIO has kind of become part of my family because I can come to the TRIO office and pour my heart out and I'm not judged.
TRIO not only helps students scholastically, they also offer scholarships and help students get into graduate school. With rising tuition in a slow economy, paying for college is a concern many new and current students are dealing with as they further their education. Idaho State of Mind's Sean Forey shows us how financial aid can help lessen the burden of paying for college.
Anymore, paying for college is easier said than done. Between tuition, housing, and books, college adds up pretty quickly. The option most students use to pay for college is by applying for financial aid. Financial aid is money that's provided by the federal government, state institutions, or any outside resources or agencies that help a student pay for college. There are 3 basic types of financial aid out there for students: grants, scholarships, and loans.
A grant is free money. If a student receives a grant, that's the best type of financial aid. As are scholarships. Scholarships are free money as well.
The difference between a scholarship and a grant and a loan are that, well, loans need to be repaid.
According to the Office of Financial Aid, Idaho State University receives over $100 million a year for students. 70% of that are in student loans, which are received after the student fills out the free application for federal student aid.
The FAFSA is what we refer to it as, will tell the institution what types of aid they're able to receive, and that will enable the school to deliver aid for which they are eligible to receive.
So what advice do current students give to new students interested in financial aid? First, apply for it early, and don't be afraid to explore all of your options.
And always try, at least go fill it out, because you never know, maybe they're feeling generous and you might get some extra help.
Take as much as you want or as little as you want. You don't have to take the full amount, and a lot of college students either take the full amount or they take nothing at all, which puts them into a way more debt lifestyle than what they have to be in.
Reporting from the Office of Financial Aid, Sean Forey, Idaho State of Mind.
With the recent economic downturn, ISU's Office of Financial Aid reported a 25% increase in financial aid applications. If you didn't finish high school, you're not out of luck if you still want to go to college. You have to start to finish is the motto of the General Education Department at Idaho State University's College of Technology. The new Successful Transition and Retention Track, or START program, will increase GED student access to higher education. The program focuses on students who have a GED or plan to get one. A recent grant from the Albertson Foundation will fund the program. Students will work with counselors at the Center for New Directions.
If you've ever worked with GED students, they are amazing people. Most of them have come through such difficult circumstances that we just really need to be there to boost them and to help them be successful.
The College of Technology was chosen for the grant because of their accredited two-year programs leading to technical and associate degrees. Not everyone goes to college right out of high school, but that doesn't have to stop you from going on later in life. Many students at Idaho State University are non-traditional students who decided that it's never too late to start or finish a degree. Idaho State of Mind reporter Deanne Coffin shows us what it's like to go back to school.
Going back to school after many years can be a very scary and difficult thing to do. Students that choose to delay enrollment are considered non-traditional students. Some of the reasons for the delay in enrollment may have been family obligations, work, or other life challenges. In addition to that, there are other factors that classify a non-traditional student, such as the student attends part-time hours while enrolled in school. They may be considered financially independent for purposes of determining eligibility for financial aid, has dependents or is a single parent with children, and the student does not have a high school diploma but completed school with a GED. Students are propelled to go back to school for many reasons.
For me, in my situation, people ask me what got me here, and mine was total fear, because I had a whole bunch of kids. I had a wonderful provider that all of a sudden wasn't there anymore. So I was more scared, and that's what catapulted me into education.
Non-traditional students also face many challenges when coming back to school.
I think as a non-traditional student, what I face is that I have children at home. Instead of being able to dedicate my whole night maybe to homework or something, I have to go home, feed children, do their homework, wait for them to go to sleep to do my homework.
Non-traditional students tend to really want to be here and be very focused on their education.
As a non-traditional student like myself, I found that coming back to school years later, I too was much more focused.
There's some advantages and disadvantages. Some of the advantages are, of course, my mind is a lot more open now. I'm wanting to receive the education that I'm receiving. Some of the disadvantages are, I could have been done by now.
Non-traditional students do bring diversity to the campus and new perspectives with their real-life experiences. Reporting from Idaho State University, Deanne Coffin, Idaho State of Mind.
Because ISU has so many non-traditional students, the average age of undergraduates is a bit higher than other universities. 50% of undergraduates at ISU are 24 years or older. It can be pretty confusing to navigate the college application process. Here are some tips to help you stay ahead of the curve when applying to college. First, the general requirements to apply to a state institution in Idaho are really very easy. You only have to provide an official high school transcript or GED certification. Along with specific ACT or SAT scores, the university or college may require an application fee. These can be anywhere from $0 to $50, and they are non-refundable. For Boise State University, they use this chart to rank candidates for admission. If you have a higher GPA, you can have a lower ACT or SAT score and still be considered an excellent candidate for admission, or vice versa. Now, at Idaho State University specifically requires at least a math and English score of 18 on the ACT or an English score of 500 and a math score of 490. Now, this is not required if you are over 21. At Lewis Clark State College, you need an ACT composite of 17 or a combined SAT reading and math score of 690. At the University of Idaho, it puts emphasis on your high school GPA. The higher your GPA in high school, the more likely you are to get into their university. We move on next to finances, a major concern for everybody in these economic times. On average, it's around $2,500 per semester for Idaho residents to attend state institutions. And don't forget to look into your financial aid options. It can really help bring down your out-of-pocket expenses. For more information regarding admittance into one of these 4 state institutions, their websites are listed right there on your screen. And that is all for this episode of Idaho State of Mind. Thank you for joining us. From the campus of Idaho State University, I'm Libby Howe. We'll see you next time.